My name is Lisa Keslar, and I'm an owner of Keslar Insurance. So we do home, auto, business, and life insurance. So we basically do all insurance except for health. We write it through all of New Hampshire and Maine. And we're an independent agency. What that means is that we actually represent a variety of carriers. So we represent places like MetLife, Travelers, Plymouth Rock, Progressive, Safety, Main Street America, Liberty Mutual, those kinds of carriers. And what we do is we then shop for you to help find the right product at the right price. You know, we don't, and we should. We're all of now 4 employees as of a month ago. So originally when it was just my husband and I, we sort of knew what our mission was. We sort of had that decided between the two of us. And we sort of know what we think our core values are, and I think they come through, but we're not really good about stating that. I think that would be an important thing to put in place, but we haven't done so yet. Competitive advantage in our industry is really kind of an interesting thing. There's a ton of people who sell insurance. It's sort of a commodity in a lot of places. We really see ourselves as a sales and marketing company. What we've learned is really it's about going above and beyond. It's providing that additional service. It's providing education. So we've really built a really nice process of hand-holding customers and going through and reviewing their current coverages with their carriers. We make sure that they have the right things, and then we shop for them and we educate them along in the process so they feel really comfortable with the decisions they are making. And we don't charge anything additional for our service. There are other independent agencies, so for us it's to do it better, it's to build those relationships, to build that connection, and to have really amazing responsiveness, to be very thorough, to pay attention to details, and we've gotten better and better and better at that. There is no such thing as a typical day. That's the sort of fun part about being an entrepreneur. Especially as a small business owner, a portion of my day could be spent building social media posts or writing blog posts. It could be customer service where I'm taking a payment from a customer or filing a claim for a customer or answering a question. I could be quoting a customer. I could be networking, so I'm working with people to provide build relationships and get our name out that way. So every day is completely different. I've already been to a couple meetings today. I did some work for clients. I've done some homework. I've done some phone work, and I've done some social media posts. And that's every day is different like that. Okay. So one of the things that we found really useful and valuable as we build a business in a community, which is somewhat different than when I was building sort of a national presence or an international presence, is to really work to be part of that community. So a good portion of that is to build relationships. And so I try to find ways where I can provide value to other people. And a lot of that is volunteering with places like being on the board for the Exeter Chamber of Commerce, where I'm a small business owner and I can give back to a community like that that's full of other people and other members, and I build relationships with them. I host for them a women's networking group, and what that does is it allows me to provide value to what's now almost 100 women business owners and build relationships with them. And over time, I can help find them other contacts, build additional connections for them, help them grow their business, and some of them become clients. So it's sort of, the give to get kind of mentality where we really believe in being part of a community, really believe in volunteering, we really believe in giving back, and find, because people then know that we're a resource and they know who we are and they know we're out there. When they need something, they'll come give us an opportunity. We're a broker, so what we do is we sell the product to those people. We sort of find the right fit for them, and then the carrier or the companies like the MetLifes and the Travelers and Progressives and those kinds of things, they pay us a commission. And what we found is people sort of say, well, then don't you pick the most expensive policy? And what we've really realized, if we can find them the best value, is I would rather have that testimonial and that referral source that's going to give me another business. I'm going to make a heck of a lot more from somebody if they can send me their children, their neighbors, their friends, their coworkers, somebody else, than I am going to go for making an extra $15, $20 on a policy. So for us, we're looking for long-time value. We're looking for someone who's going to stay with us for a long time, trust us. So we want to do the right thing by them every single time. And whatever that means for us in commission is the last thing we're thinking about, because we're looking long-term and we're looking to have multiple clients that really help pay our salaries over time.
Okay.
But I wanted flexibility, and I wanted to be able to maybe get home and get my kids to their soccer game, and more than happy to get back online at night and do some of the marketing work or those kinds of things that I still had to get done, but I wanted to have more flexibility in my scheduling. And what I find is, being a business owner now, I can do those things. I can go and have a lunch or a meeting or visit my kid's teacher or that kind of thing. And then I can get back to clients at 8 o'clock at night or do the research for them, or early in the morning, or those kinds of things. So I can shift things around and still get things done in a really timely way, but it gives me more flexibility. And I think that's been really important to me personally. I love a lot of the things I do every day. I'm excited to go to work every day. I like the variety in my work. I like to be able to work on social media and marketing posts and positioning statements and those kinds of, it's sort of that kind of bigger picture stuff in SEO for the search engines and that kind of thing. But I also like to go to these networking events and really build relationships. I've made tons of new friends and connections in all different parts of my life now because I get out and build connection with people. I also get passionate when I'm able to put a client in a better product and save them money and those kinds of things. So for me, it's not a particular event or something that one thing that like, wow, I just love that. I think it's a whole bunch of things. I like the mixtures. I like the networking opportunities. I've learned that the key thing on the networking opportunities, it's not about selling me at all. I almost never talk about insurance when I'm out networking with people. I was talking to a woman yesterday, and I've met with her 3 times, and we were kidding about how I've never once asked for her insurance, to quote. But I want to meet with her and help her, and she's talking about making maybe some personal transitions in her career. So we did some chatting about that and talking about who maybe I could send her to talk to that might provide her value. Those kinds of people become clients over time. So that's fun for me too, is how can I help people? How can I help move them forward? Mm-hmm. And can I introduce them to somebody? Can I share an article, a book on anything, right? That's good for them. So okay. That for me is really fun. For me, in my own place, I think it's really helpful to get outside people that can give you feedback and advice as you're growing and making choices. So picking mentors and working with partners and working with team that can help think bigger, think broader, think differently. I think that's really important. There's a lot of different input and insights. I think I would have learned to speak up more and speak up more frequently and share input and advice and not always wait to be asked to be at the table. And I think too, some of the things I wish I'd learned was things like don't be afraid to take risks or make change. I think I sat in some jobs for too long that weren't the right thing, and I wish I had been more open to new opportunities sooner. I don't know that I was thinking about being an entrepreneur, and I think it's sort of, I took business classes about entrepreneurship when I was, young as an undergrad, when I was all your ages. So I sort of liked and had interest in entrepreneurship and trying new things, and then still went to work for companies. So I did run some small companies too that were, 7 employees and those kinds of things. So I would go back and forth between working for someone else and working for myself. But I think you don't sort of realize that you're an entrepreneur until you look back, and that you've implemented something new, that you've taken something to a new market, or you've taken, it could be new, the traditional business school stuff, taking new products to current markets, taking current products to new markets. All those kinds of things, I think, has some entrepreneurial steps, or marketing in a different way, or I think the thoughts of marketing, I'm not marketing, of entrepreneurship are much different than historically, where it was like, oh, I'm going to start a new business, I'm going to rent a space, I'm going to open the doors, and now I'm going to be an entrepreneur. I think it's much broader than that.